mucho grandes, muy grandes.
Hello, mijo? Are you there? What are you doing? Are you being good? Javier? Are you there? Javier.
No, no quiero decirlo. No, no, estaba viendo una mujer que tenía unos melones así grandes. Eso es todo, pero...
What is up, my Remedia fans of the Los Angeles Rams? First of all, let me know if you're in the chat already for this unannounced live. If my audio is okay. Let's get that out of the way first. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Your attention, please. Let me know if my audio is okay in the chat. Let me know if it's choppy or whatever, so I can reset it. I'm still working with my mic. They're supposed to be delivering my new microphone hopefully in the next day or two. It hasn't been shipped yet, even though it's from Amazon. But let me know in the chat if my volume is okay, if it's not choppy or popping like popcorn. Let me know real quick, and then we'll start. So that way my guy Stockton doesn't have to say your audio is messed up. So let me know in the chat as we wait for that. I'll move on. So the Kansas City Chiefs won today. Amazing. Kansas City Chiefs just roll on. They just keep doing what they need to do, and they would get the W's, something that we couldn't do with our hurt team. But we're 1-4 at the bye. Reports are that Cooper Kupp is going to be coming back to us at week 7. And so we'll see how he gets better as we go. But yeah, in the chat, let me know if I can, if my audio is okay. Let me know for you guys that are coming in, slowly coming in. Let's see. Back in the day, Watcher says, Cubo Rudy, how you doing, man? Appreciate you. SG says, hi, Remelia. How you doing, SG? Nice to talk to you. Can I join the show? Yeah, man, I'll throw the link up in a little bit. Back in the day, Watcher says, bro, here's the deal with on our team. We are going through a bad stretch. Okay, audio is good. Thank you, SG. We are going through a bad stretch. We are going through, but we are nowhere out of the. Okay, so let me just do this over. Excuse me. Let me clean up my glasses. All right, bro, here's the deal with our team. We are going through a bad stretch. We are nowhere out as far as I'm concerned. The division has not been as great as it has been in the past. Let's heal up. Yeah, and it was bad last year. But remember, I didn't want us to lose this last game. I wanted us to have, get to 2-3. But we were 10-7 last year. So I'm just going to tell you this. This is not the ideal start. We're 1-4. So we have 3 losses to play with if you go on what we did last year, because there's going to be Dallas won, but they don't look very good. They have injuries, but they were really lucky to pull out that game against the Steelers, but they did what they needed to do. The Rams, as soon as they get their guys back, we're going to run off 3-4 games in a row, maybe lose a close one, run another 3 or 4, win another 4 games in a row, maybe lose a tough one. And so we have three losses to play with, and it depends on what the other teams do, of course. But 10-7 is enough to get us into the playoffs, most likely. We have to at least split with the Seahawks. It'd be wonderful if we can sweep them, but we also have to win the next game against Arizona, so they don't have the tiebreaker. That's where the Niners are kind of screwed if they lose to the Seahawks this next game, because where's my drink? Then they'll have lost to all 3 of the NFC West teams. So it's tough. Jim Everett the Great says, what's up, Chardell? Jim Everett says, you sound good. Thank you. She says, good. Thank you. I kind of reset it before it came on. Came about the Snyder gang. Back in the day, Watcher says, defense better. Defense got better, and T. White benching was necessary. I'm very disappointed on that signing so far. Yeah, but he's listen. Without, okay, let me just say it this way, because I'm just being real with you. He's coming off of these major injuries, and we signed him because he was fairly cheap. But for him to be the guy, What's that, baby? Oh, granddaughter's watching TV. For him to be the guy with Darius Williams out and Johnny Johnson III out, that's very tough to ask for him. So now we benched him. It's unfortunate, but we can slide him back in. But you know, some of the stuff he was getting toasted on some place. Even Javarius Ward on the Niners been getting toasted, and he's one of the better cornerbacks in the league. He's their best one. But for him to be the guy after coming out those surgeries, and you couldn't really bring him back slowly right away. Boom, the Detroit Lions. You got the young fast dude going right by everybody. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Back in the day says, hey, it's G Dominator. 49er says, damn, we suck up the joint. So did we, man. But listen, Arizona would do that to you. Arizona would do that to you. Ward sucked playing soft. Like I said, in the NFL, it's tough. You got to, these teams are gunning for you, and you can look. You'll be an island by yourself if you mess up with the slightest bit, because these guys, the way they scheme to get you, but this is why it was important for us as on the Ram side to get I don't know why it took so long to get Witherspoon. And I know that he didn't play as good with the Niners when he first got there, and then he played better with the Steelers. But for what we run and what he offers us, the wingspan, the length, he's a very serviceable player. I don't understand why we didn't get him sooner, especially when we found out that Johnny Johnson III was going to be out and Darius Williams was going to be out. It's like boom, boom, and then boom, boom on the offensive line too. But yeah, these two last games hurt because no matter what. We should have at least split with one of these two games, the Bears or this Packer game. The game were there. We just couldn't do it. We just don't have enough on offense right now. Tutu Atwell is okay, but I appreciate him showing up more than he has in the past. But for him to be the go-to guy, that's asking a lot. Seriously. and Stafford in the game on Sunday yesterday is like he's like. I got to go for broke, man. The rush is getting in. Guys they're starting to stunt. I don't have anybody making plays. Let me just try to fit it in there, and they intercepted it. And then Kyrie Williams fumbled the ball, and they turned it into 14 points. And in the red zone, the first time we had the ball, we got nothing out of it. Listen, the game was ugly. We stymied Jordan Love for the first half basically. And we lost 24-19, right? And 24-19, 24-18, whatever it was, we lost. And but would we have liked to at least have another field goal in that first drive? Something, a touchdown would have been beautiful. Then we would have won the game. But a field goal would have been nice because then we just have to get a field goal, and then you can run shorter plays, and it gets more pressure on the defense. So. We can only blame ourselves, even though we are injured and all that. But that's just an explanation as to why our offense isn't as potent as it should be, because we're struggling to put up 20, 25 points. And that's why, because, they basically double team Tutu or have a safety helping in the back. And then Demarcus Robinson is a good wide receiver 3. Whittington's a young guy. He plays pretty good, but those aren't speed burners. And so they kind of corral us. And then they're getting in with the offensive line doing stunts and stuff when we have rookies. We have a rookie at center. And then we have Logan Bruss is doing good. He's been in the league for a few years, but he's not, I wouldn't say a seasoned veteran. So, it's tough for Stafford back there. Yes, she says 49ers and Rams are the last two teams as far as in the red zone. It's crazy that the Niners too, though, and this is how weird the season. That's why I'm saying just relax, pump the brakes, because there's a lot of teams that are really good that are struggling. The Niners are last in the league or something like that, or 30th. But it happens. It's just, it's still early. We'll see what happens. And she says, how old are your granddaughter? I have my granddaughters. They're going to be 3 and 6 years old. And my grandson. And I have a grandson just born a few months old. and my other grandson's going to be 3 years old. Let's see. Yeah, she says, Rudy, what are your thoughts on Travis Rogers? Do you find him a little too? I like him, but when he was saying that stuff about Stetson Bennett and I don't agree. Like I okay. You know, when I start stuttering, then I'm trying to find the word to say. Hey, stuttering Bob. He let Stetson Bennett have it, and he was basically saying that, oh, why don't we just give who was the quarterback that stuck last year, our backup, Rippon. He was insinuating that we should go give Rippon a call. I was like, no. As bad as Stetson Bennett was when he was throwing those picks, it's preseason. Guys are turning the wrong way. Those are guys that you don't play with. We couldn't even get a first down with Rippon. What are you saying? But yeah, he's one of the guys that is just real with you. He just, he doesn't have optimism. He'd rather be right than put himself on a limb. So it's easy to and maybe he's doing the let me speak the worst, and then I'll be happy if it doesn't happen type of thing. But yeah, some of that I don't like. Back when they watch us 209 in the house, I'm in Niner territory, but I wear my Ram gear with pride. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Wear it with pride. Like I said before, it's a tough season with all the injuries. But if you were to tell me, hey, Rudy, you're going to have all these injuries, you're going to have cut. First of all, if you were to tell me, hey, Rudy, the Seahawks are going to be in first place, the Rams are going to be in last place, the Niners are going to lose to the Arizona Cardinals, I would have been like, what? I would have been like, wait a minute now. Did Stafford get hurt? Basically, the next worst thing. Offensive lineman went down. No left tackle to start this season playing the Detroit Lions. Higbee's out still, not even playing for a while yet. Our starting tight end. Few offensive linemen still out. We got some of them back. Our secondary was beat up. Puka and Cup out. And we still had a chance to have one or two of these last games. I mean, that would have helped a lot. And then the Niners having their problems. Arizona Cardinals look great one week, and another week look okay. But that running back Connor, man, something else. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, wear it with pride, man. Because I'm going to tell you this, and I was going back and forth with Stockton, and I was like, dude. He said he's telling me what's going on, and he's frustrated like I am. But I'm like, dude, this is not the Rams team that we're going to have. We're going to get Note Boom back. We're going to get Steve Avila back. We got our secondary guys back. They have to work themselves into shape still. We're going to get Kupp and Puka Nacua back, and we're going to be Higbee will come back eventually. This young defense is going to get more experience. We're going to be fine. I keep saying we're going to be fine. And it's not like I'm going out on a limb either, because these guys that are out make a huge difference. I mean, do you think if we had Kupp and Puka Nacua, we could have beat the Bears? Do you think if we had Kupp and Puka Nacua, we could have beat the Packers? Do you think if we had Puka Nacua and Kupp for the whole game against Detroit, we could have beat Detroit? Those are just facts, and you still have to do it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. I'm frustrated and irritated at some of the play calling. We just finally unleashed Blake Corum. Omar Spates is still waiting for his chance Reader and Rosenboom. It's making me shake my head every game. They're trying, but the trying's not good enough. Stuff like that. I want to see Omar Spates. He's an infusion. I know he's inexperienced, but give him experience. We're losing anyway right now. What are you doing? Okay, so hopefully in the bye he'll come out. He'll get some play calls. They'll get him acclimated to the defense and do that stuff. But But look at the diamond in the rough. Xavier Smith doing his thing. The young guys getting some reps in the secondary. And Cam Curl, all the guys, So this is not the team that we're going to be, and so that's why I told Stalker, relax, relax. I'm frustrated too. Believe me, giving away these last 2 games. Yep, that's her. It's just what I like about the defense is what Shula was blitzing. Yeah, man, we got to get in there, man. We got to get in. You can't just sit back. You got to disguise it, man. Disguise the blitz. Dominator 49ers Hawks losing to Giants was a surprise, man. It was a big surprise. But this is, let me just say it this way. I'm not trying to throw shade, but maybe I am. Gino's going to Gino, and even though it's not his fault, there's just something about guys that have bad luck. Just guys have some bad luck sometimes. Danny Barry says, hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Yes, indeed. Monday. I kind of let him know he might be out. I'm going to be on right now. Yeah, she said, I can't believe that the Niners are last in the red zone conversion. It is crazy. It's a weird season, man. It's a weird season. Jacques Martinez, Travis Rogers is a Karen. Back in the day, watched the Blake Corum show that he's NFL ready. He needed to break out the running tack, and that opened up the pass game. Yeah, man. Did you notice it was the first play that he ran? It looked like he was chomping at the bit to, like, in one play, get it all out. Like, he's been, the dude's healthy, and he's like, McVay. Kyrie Williams is doing the job, but, I mean, let's let the kid play, man. Pound for pound says, need that dub versus, man, we better not lose. Listen, if we lose to the Raiders, that gives us 5 losses, 1-5. And, all the stats about when you start 1-5, but that doesn't matter because every season's different. And, the first time something happens, and that's the first time it'll happen. This team, when they get healthy, they're going to be rolling teams and putting some W's on the board. But we don't want to wait for that. But we got to beat the Raiders, man. Even this team here that just went to the bye, limping into the bye, should be able to beat the Raiders. But we should have beat the Bears. We should have beat the Packers too, because the Packers, they beat us, but they didn't look that good, man. They're still not there yet. They'll look better. I'm not saying that they're not a good team, but when you get teams and they're like I tweeted, whatever you want to call it. I was like, man, don't mess around with my guy Khalid Williams. You're gonna get him comfortable, and he's gonna make a couple of plays, and we're gonna lose, man. We had the lead, sure enough. And then same thing, Jordan Love, man. We had him stymied. The defense was playing good. He threw we had him rattled. Jared Verse was coming off the edge, and he threw that pick 6 to McCullough, number 39, shades of a young Robert Del Pino. Every time I see that, I know it's a running back, but every time I see that number 39, but no, we got to get that. We got to get that. King Foster says, Niners gang taking first Thursday. Man, you got to win that game. This is a must-win for you guys, King Mufasa, because you cannot get swept in the NFC West for your first 3 games, man. You cannot, because then all the tiebreakers be owned by the other teams, and you cannot do it. You got to have this win. You got to have this win. Yep. And AMS says there are 8 winnable games that are coming. If we can beat either Minnesota, Eagles, or Niners, we have 10 wins. Remember, I had us sweeping the Niners, and the Niners have their own struggles. Listen. I hope that CMC, even though he's on a rival team, comes back. I would hate for him to lose his career. But there's a possibility with his Achilles stuff that he may not come back the rest of the year. And so you got double Achilles issues. And so they're kind of like, they're hoping Mason can step in. He's a good running back. He can start for many teams. He got the ball on the field, on the ground last game. And then Brock Purdy threw 2 picks. You can't have that either. They even got a block punt touchdown, and they still didn't win. But that's just what happens. Arizona, they're just rolling right now in some cases. It is what it is. Nikita says, hi, everyone. How everyone's night is going this season. It's getting crazy with so many injuries. Preseason shorts. Can't even talk now. Injuries, preseason short hurts teams. We don't even play our starters, and we still got hurt. But, yep, I agree with that. King of Us, the NFC West are struggling. The only one that's playing good up to now has been the Cardinals at times. They beat both the Rams and the Niners, and the Seahawks up to the last game. They lost to the Giants, who are up and coming team, and Danny March of Dimes is playing pretty good. The issue is I heard that McVay takes wins and losses very hard. I'm honestly surprised because he always has so much he's always so positive and seems nonchalant. No, he really does. As frustrated as we are, he takes it to heart because it's his reputation on the line. He realized that Stan Kroenke paid him, and you're in Los Angeles, you have to win. And no, he really does. But he also has self critiques about his. He always falls on the sword too. Like even if it wasn't his fault. It's my fault today. I didn't get guys in the right position to make plays. I love about him. But no, he does. He really does. Reese Billa says, good that the Niners and Seahawks lost only 2 games out in the trash division. Yeah, man, that's the one thing that sucks is we didn't take advantage. But yeah, that is a big, huge help. There's a lot of football left. Nicholas Tennessee was had 1 year when everyone in that division was so bad that Seattle was the only team that made the playoffs that year. I remember, I think that was the year the Rams and the Seahawks played, and I think we had Sam Bradford, and we lost, and I was like, how do we lose that game? And we went to 7-9, and they won the division at 8-8 or something like that. Yeah, she says Gino's like Alex Smith. There's just something about the guy, man. He's got a decent arm. He's very mobile. I'm just not sure about the way he reads defenses sometimes. Devin Fernandez says, I'm gonna laugh if the whole division ties record. Watch the Arizona Cardinals come out with watch 10-7 be the division winning record, and all of the rest of us are 9-8, 8-9. One team in the division makes the playoffs. We were like, oh, there could be 3 this year. Let's see. Chuck Hughes SG, yes indeed. ESG says the Raiders are dysfunctional right now, man. Listen, we're coming off the bye. There's no excuse. There's no excuse, man. All the Raider fans are going to be at SoFi. I'm debating about going, man. They actually get mad. I'll make fun of them. Back to circuits. Word on the street is you get a hot dog and Raiders tickets and a Coke for $3 at Circus. Is that true? Oh man. King Fox says the Kansas City Chiefs refs are undefeated. They get all the calls, man. But you got to. They put the W's on the play. It don't matter who plays, man. They just, Andy Reid and Mahomes, man. And the thing with Mahomes is how we have Stafford with the great arm and all that stuff. He's older. He doesn't move around as much, but he's still a gamer. But Mahomes is in his prime, man. He can scramble. He can run. He adds that dimension. It's tough to stop him, man. Even when they don't have their guys are hurt or they don't have explosive offense. You got a guy that can scramble and he's got a football IQ that's one of the top of the league. And then he's got the arm to throw anybody. No look passes, everything too. And so yeah, it's crazy. Hold on. Hey, pipe down now. You should put us what's good, Ramila. How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Bisbilla says 98 wins division. I can see it. EMS says your dog is still in the show. She's such a little ham too. Scrummy. Your dog's dreaming about the Rams winning Super Bowl. She put her jersey on. All right, let's. If you guys want to come in, my guy SG's been waiting. If you guys want to come in, here's just the link to call in. Let me have it, baby. Let me have it. Your frustrations. Let me know what you're thinking. Here we go. Let me get to the phones. Phone line. Hold on. What just happened? Hold on. There we go. There it is, baby. Click on that link and come in to the green room. And we'll bring you in. Let me know what's going on. This is my guy, John Bauer. Rudy, good morning. Mahomes also played baseball. He can run and throw easily. Yes, indeed. He's the dude's got everything, man. The Kansas City Chiefs are very fortunate to have a quarterback like that in his prime, and then have the perfect storm with Andy Reid. Kim says, when is Jimmy Garoppolo playing? Man, I was hoping that the Rams got out to a big lead against the Niners. And, just saying, we're both hurt. You know, who knows what's going to happen. And I was like, maybe McVay would rub it into his buddy and sit Stafford in the fourth quarter if they get up by a few touchdowns and put Jimmy Garoppolo in there. Oh, man, that would be funny. Yeah, but that would never happen. But there's the link if you guys want to come in. Let me know what's going on. What's up in the chat? Let me get a clip here. Let's see. Here's a guy, Sean McVay, talking about we're going to regroup and come back.
You know, I'm excited about the opportunity to respond. I'm excited about the, opportunity to say, all right, we've got some adversity. How do we handle that? All right, here's that storm that we talked about, and want to be proud of the way that we handle it. Want to make sure that our guys get away, and then we do a good job as coaches being able to reflect, evaluate, and say, all right, with these 5 games, are we getting guys back? Are we not? What does it look like to try to avoid some of the different things that we haven't done well enough, and try to, continue to replicate some things that have been some positives. But, this one, you keep it real. This was tough because we had a lot of work into this week. There was plenty of opportunities that I thought we had to be able to change the outcome, and we came up short, and we all have our hand in it.
What was up with my guy McVay's hair? It's getting patchy. Man. I hope he's okay. Man, he probably pulled this. Like, listen, McVay. Listen, as much as it drives us crazy, it drives this dude crazy. Because I'm gonna just say it this way: Sean McVay has a lot of money waiting for him on the table when he takes a break from coaching, which I don't think will be anytime soon. And he can be one of those color analysts, the way he talks, and he, they offer millions of dollars just to travel with the teams and travel with the networks and just call football. Doesn't even, but he wants to win another Lombardi. He wants to win another Lombardi, and so I'm looking forward to see how it all unfolds. It just sucks that we had to get hurt, and this team is kind of being held back by the injuries. I really have faith in my coaches. Some things that I wish they would have done differently, but it is what it is. I still trust my coach. There you go. Kiwan says Jimmy Garoppolo would throw to Warner all day. Yeah, I heard that Warner likes to pick off Jimmy Garoppolo. What's funny though too is I heard that in practice, Lenore likes to pick off Purdy. Bauer says losses causes hair loss. Yeah, man, that's why I got some widow's peak. Dr. says, are you going? I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go. One of my buddies, I was gonna buy a ticket because I might have one for you, so I'm gonna find out. Yeah, she says, do you know how many teams would throw big money at me? Yep. Yep. We're gonna like, sorry, McVay, we need a quarterback. We'll take 2 number ones for McVay. No, we can't, man. He's McVay's got this job for as long as he wants it. Chuck 42 says to the Raider game. Yep, that's what I knew what you're talking about. No, yes, I'm trying to see. I want to. That's why I was saying. I got to be careful over there. Why are you running? I don't want to get put in jail. The Raider fans like to drink. Have to do my shake and bake. DJ Porter says, I feel McVay's hair loss. I coach my son's AYSO soccer team, and I can't sleep the night before games. Man, listen. Yep. And also, too, in the back of my hair, I like to sleep with my head back, right? And so, as time goes on, it's kind of like when you part your hair a certain way, your hair gets used to it. So besides, as you get older, you get thinning hair. The back of my head on the top, it's got a crease. So it's like wearing a hat all day, and you're like, wait a minute. But yep, that too, man. That too. The Jeff Fisher era made me lose a lot of hair and get grays. King Fuss says, don't be scared of the Raider fans. No, I'm not scared of them. I'm just saying. Listen, just on that note, King Fasa. So when I'm not sure how old you are, but when the Rams had Tony Banks, you know that he's not that good a quarterback, right? The Tony Banks era. I went to Oakland Alameda Coliseum in my Rams gear, sitting in the stands. And at that time, it was like 13-0 or 14-0, and I was like, "What happened?" And of course, Tony banked, and then we lost the game. But no, I went to Oakland with my Ram stuff on, and actually they were pretty cool. What I saw at that time in Oakland was a bunch of biker gang dudes. You see in LA a lot of like cholo looking, Hispanic looking. That you always see that too, different walks of life. But I saw a lot of guys that look like bikers in Oakland too. A lot of that. So it was kind of weird to me. Daniel Funner says, I'm going bald myself. I'm ready to shave it off, man. John Bauer says, each NFL player gets so many tickets every game for their families. Devontae won't be playing in the next game, so we ask him for his tickets. Oh, man, Devontae. He's not going to play against us? Let me bring in my guy, SG. SG! How you doing, man? How's everything?
Hear me?
Yeah, you're a little low. You're a little low.
Hey, I really
There you
love
go.
you, and I love all your content. I love all your videos. You're a great Rams content creator, man. I wish you the best.
You're breaking up, SG. Try to come back in. I thank you for that, though. I did hear what you said. Try to come back in. All right, let's see. Yeah, because I remember when I was young and I went to the Coliseum for the Raider games. It was a shady crowd. I remember the game against with Jim Everett went down to the Coliseum and they got the win. And yeah, man, back in the day, man, and then Anaheim Stadium Rams, and it was cool because like you'd walk into Anaheim Stadium, and then you'd see like murals of the the like paintings of the LA Rams like logo on the wall and Angels logos, and I'm like, why we should be at Dodger Stadium. But anyway, yeah. DJ Pona says, one of the street is Stockton's becoming a Niners fan after the Rams lost this weekend. Is that true? No, it's not true. We were earlier though. We were going back and forth. He's like, it's over. I'm like, relax, man, relax. I don't know what you're looking at. I go, you say. I'm like, man, listen. Is this I was telling him. Is this the team that we're going to have when everybody comes back? We blew 2 games, but he has a right to his opinion like anybody else. But I'm not worried. I'm very frustrated, but I'm not worried because I look across the land in the NFC landscape and I see a lot of teams that should be better, and they're losing. I mean, look at the Bengals, for heaven's sake. Look at the Bills, and but listen, it's just sports. I'm not afraid of anything. This is nothing new for Sean McVay. They can get it together. We can run off some games in a row. We went to the playoffs at 10-7. What we cannot do is let the Arizona Cardinals sweep us. We don't want to do that. And we got to beat the Seahawks, and that's Sean McVay's specialty. SG, you back?
Hey, Ramilia, what about now?
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Ramilia, I love all your content on your YouTube channel, man. I love everything you do, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're a passionate Rams fan. You really love your team. I know when your team doesn't perform really well, I know it doesn't make you feel so great because you want your Rams team to do the best every single game.
Hmm.
But what are your thoughts on your Rams, man? How do you think they're gonna do? Like, do
Well,
you have confidence in them still, or do you think
well,
like you've lost confidence?
well, it's not lost confidence. It's just frustration. So like okay, like how Niner fans were saying, why does Kyle Shanahan always do the same thing? How come they didn't? They actually, you guys have Pooney now on the right side, but you know how they didn't draft an offensive lineman, and every year the offensive line, the right side is a problem. In the Super Bowl, they just ran right in. Chris Jones ran right in on the right side. Um, Sean McVay and Les Snead tried to revamp the O line, which we did. We brought in Jonah Jackson from Detroit. We shored up the secondary. We brought Darius Williams back. We even got Tre'Davious Wright to see if he has anything left. We brought Johnny Johnson the third, and we brought in Blake Corum to go with running back with Kyron Williams. So we were basically setting ourselves up for a Super Bowl run, and then the injuries. So I'm more frustrated than confident. I'm frustrated because we haven't seen that team yet. Even the first game, we had our offensive line, our left tackle was suspended for 2 games. And so when we get our guys back, I don't see anyone in the league, once we get some games under our belt that can beat us in a playoff game, because we're going to be that good. And we
So
just have to get there.
I'm a big 49er fan and I love my team and I love all the players we have. But CMC's out and he's expected to come back on November 10th. So for me, that's really heartbreaking because CMC is one
Yeah.
of our greatest running backs. Like he's a legendary running back. He's an icon. He's a legend. He's one of the greatest. And
Yep.
to see him out for that long is kind of alarming because he's one of my favorite players. And if I'm going to get another Niner jersey, I'm going to get a CMC jersey.
Well, you should get him because he's one of the better teams in the modern era. He's got stats like Marshall Faulk, and but I'm going to say it this way: he runs so hard and he trains so hard that it's a toll on his body. And so both Achilles being hurt, and he went to Germany to try to get treatment. I hope, even though you guys are our rivals, and I want to beat you guys, I want to beat you guys at your best. I don't want no excuses. I want you guys in top form. I want us in top form the way it should be. But the NFL is better when there's great players like that. And hopefully he'll be able to come back, because I hate seeing injuries, man, because, even when we won our Super Bowl against the Bengals, Higbee didn't play. We were down to our third string tight end. OBJ got hurt, and it was basically the Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford show to finish it off. So we've always had injuries, even in the Super Bowl. In the 2018 Super Bowl, we were missing Kupp, and Gurley was beat up. His knee was already giving him problems, and we lost. So, but yeah, I hope for Niners fans' sake in the NFL.
I watched a whole Cardinals and Niners game. I watched a whole game on TV because it was super hot in Levi's. It was like 95 degrees at Levi's, so I decided not to go to the game because it was the weather conditions were horrible, man. Whoever was at that game, I feel bad for those people who were at the game, man. They were probably sweating, drinking a lot of water. I'm like, you guys are so brave to go to the game when it's like 100 degrees at Levi's. I'm like, you guys are the true icons who would actually go to that game and brave the heat.
I saw a clip that the Niner fans, there's like a lobby and they have the TV. It's kind of like where you go. All stadiums have, when you go to the snack bar or the restrooms, they have TVs up so you can see as you're walking back and forth. And everyone went to those shaded areas because it's so hot there. It's kind of like the Coliseum. There's no shade.
And that Niners and Cardinals game really made me upset because we had the lead in the third quarter, 23-13 in the third. We had the 10-point lead. And we hopefully would maintain the lead because, as a Niner fan, we want to, when we have a huge, immense lead, we want to keep it. Like, we don't want to let it go away.
Yeah.
But the Niners can't that's the problem with the Niners is they can't when they have a big lead, they can't hold on to it. They
Yeah.
can't hold on to a big lead. That's a disadvantage that this team has, and they have to fix it. Or
Well,
this team
see,
will really crumble, and they probably won't make it to the Super Bowl if this team keeps making mistakes like this. Because this team doesn't do this.
the,
This team is
the,
a very resilient football team.
the problem with the Niners, and I'm not throwing shade on them or being joking about it. The Niners have a lot of tread on them. A lot of they went to the championship multiple years. A lot of extra games they played. A lot of stress they put on their bodies. The up and downs of the games, and so a lot of it is the team starting to break down. Some of the older players, and so they got to get this championship this year because next year when they pay Purdy or the franchise tag him or whatever, they're going to lose some more players, and it's going to be tough from now on. And then also
And in
too,
the fourth quarter, that was the most heartbreaking for me as a Niner fan because we scored 0 points in the fourth quarter. Arizona scored a touchdown,
yeah,
and they scored a game-winning field goal that basically
yeah,
sealed the game for us. We couldn't really do anything after that.
that's the thing that surprised me is I mean you guys still had Debo and Ayuk and Jennings who actually he slowed down this game. And then Mason's a good running back, but he fumbled right when you guys were going to go into making a 9-point lead, possibly if you got a touchdown. And
For
it's
me,
just
the most exciting moment for me from the 49ers and Cardinals game was when the Arizona Cardinals kicker was making a field goal and it got blocked, and Lenoir ran it to the end zone for a 60-yard touchdown, and then it was a 9-point lead for the Niners. That was impressive. Like I've never seen that before where where a field goal gets blocked and the
oh
other
yeah,
team runs it into the end zone for a touchdown. I've never seen that before. Like that's the
yeah.
first time I've seen that ever in a Niner
Well,
game.
that's something that doesn't happen that often, and that was another 6 points. That's why it was so surprising that the Niners still lost, even with that touchdown, because that does not normally happen. Usually they block it and it goes out of bounds, or the team lands on it. But that was a great play. That hardly ever happens. My guy John Bauer says, "How's Higbee doing? We haven't heard anything yet. He's not going to be. We're going to have to buy and come back, and and hopefully Cup will come back out of the bye. They're saying maybe week 7, but he's still a little bit ways off. But probably won't be until week 8 or 9 for Higbee. Hopefully he will be back. We get a surprise, but he's working on. I haven't heard much about him training or he's starting to run, but yeah, hopefully he'll be back. DJ Fono says,
Hey Rudy, I wanted to
Hold on.
as a 49er fan,
Mhm.
as a 49er fan, I wanted to wish good luck to your Rams because I always like to maintain good sportsmanship. Because I
Thank you,
know
SG.
I don't like the Rams, but I want to maintain that level of sportsmanship because that's the meaning of a true fan. When you
Hmm.
don't like the other team, but you wish them good luck, even though they aren't your team.
Yeah. Well, thank
That's
you,
a
man. I
good
appreciate that.
that's a good amount of sportsmanship because to me, like whenever my team loses and whenever I go to the opposing player and say good game, to me some people would feel a little bit weary about that. They would feel a little bit like they're risking it to go up to a fan and say good game, and they might get beaten up. But for me, I really like doing that, even though
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some shade for it.
No, that's good. That's good that you do that, man. Thank you, but thank you, SG, for coming in. Man, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna be leaving pretty soon. So thank you for
Hey
coming in,
Rudy,
man.
it's great coming in. Coming in. I love your show. If
Thank
I'm
you,
not doing
SG.
anything in the future, then I would love to hop on because you always post the stream now link in the chat. So I'll
Okay.
definitely click onto that link because I love coming in. Even
Okay.
though I'm a 49er fan and you're a Rams fan, it's still fun to come in here and share
Yeah,
my
that's
thoughts
fine.
about my team and have you share your thoughts about your Rams. It's really good to bounce ideas back and forth. But
Yeah.
I hope you have a great night and
Thank you, SG.
I would love to come into your show another time, but thanks for
Yeah,
having me on
sure.
the show.
You're welcome, man. Have a good night. Thank you for
Have a
coming in.
great one.
Okay, you too. That was SG. But yeah, it's good to have you guys come in, and even though you're not a Ram fan, it's okay. That adds to the show. DJ Fono says Niners slept and passed on Sam Darnold and now he's lights out with the Vikings. I always thought he was better than Purdy. It's crazy that some guys. That's a good comment right now because I think. Listen, I'm gonna just say it this way. It hasn't helped that Brock Purdy's been playing without his weapons. Then he went to Jennings, and then Kittle came back, and Debo came back. Now they're trying to implement everybody, get everybody back. But could the contract situation be a little more pressure? And could that be an issue? But Sam Darnold, sometimes guys blossom later in their life. Look at Baker Mayfield, man. It's crazy. It's crazy that happens. Hey guys, put that away. You open it up. Be careful. Let me get my guy SoCal Ram 88. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Good, bro. What's going on right here at work?
Oh, are you? How's everything, man? What do you think about this last game?
Man.
I already know. I already know.
I went on to Jake's stream, and I'm just really confused on what the direction of this team is because, all off season, even last season, the organization really is telling us that they only have like maybe 2 or 3 more years with Stafford, and that's the window of opportunity to try to get another Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not see Aaron Donald retiring. So imagine him on this team with the Verse and the Fisk and the Turner, like, man, they'd be eating.
Yep.
Which also confused me as to why they went with the inexperienced DC Chris Shula.
Yeah.
That one's I didn't like the signing because 1, he's inexperienced, 2, he was the linebackers coach, so we never valued that position. It wasn't that great. Yeah, man, I just think offensive wise, maybe the league has caught on to McVay. Like I've always said it, he needs help. Maybe he might benefit from a play caller helping him out. Because think about it, ever since he had the kid, the family, he's kind of been a different man. He can't just go home and watch film more, or he got to go be a dad too now, and a husband and all that stuff. So I think he might need to pass the play calling.
Well, that's a good comment. That's a good comment because a lot of people are saying the same thing about Kyle Shanahan, that the league has caught up with them because the LaFleurs and you got the trees from McVay and Kyle Shanahan going out to the league. McDaniels with the Dolphins. They're running similar plays as McVay and Kyle Shanahan, and so the league has something for it.
Right, because the tree branches have extended a lot, so now they.
Yeah.
I think it's some of that too, but another thing is talent. We don't have the talent. McVay can scheme up as good as he wants or as good as he can, and you've seen it. Parkinson's not making the catches.
Oh man, he plays too small, man. He plays too small.
He's not running over the 5'8" DBs. He's 6'8", and he's playing like, small. He's playing timid.
And you know who he reminds me of in basketball terms? I don't know how old you are, but there was a player the Lakers used to have called his name was Eldon Campbell. Mm-hmm. And so what he was is all of a sudden he'd have like a 20 rebound, 18 rebound, 4 block game with 28 points. And Magic would look at him and say, "Man, why didn't you do that all the time?" But he just didn't have it in him. That roughness, that mentality, like a Kittle or even Higbee sometimes. That's in here. That's in here and in here. It's not like that. You can't teach that.
I said, like, what's going on with Davis Allen? Like, I know he's not as good as them, maybe as far as blocking, but we've seen what he could do in the passing game.
Oh yeah,
he's not scared to jump over guys or like.
I love that play he did.
And I've always wondered why let's just give some of these tight ends a shot that are good at catching the ball. Like, let's look at Kelsey. He's not the best blocking tight end, but is he he's the best catching tight end?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the red zone, man. Listen, the red zone has been the Achilles heel since last year, and so that's the one problem I have. Besides some of the scheming plays that we've done, is the red zone, man. If we could cure the red zone, we would have 2 more wins.
I have a simple philosophy. If the run game is working, right, they get in their own head. Keep doing it till it doesn't work. Until they can stop it, then change it. Um,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like I watched a lot of games this week because I wanted to see how or where the Rams stand, and I'll be honest, they're not playing good football. When they get to the red zone, they're not running the jumbo formations. They're not bringing in multiple tight ends. They're sticking to 11 personnel.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when you bring out 11 personnel is you have your receivers that are way smaller than defensive ends. You're asking them to block the big dudes that are like 300 pounds, and that's what happens. These guys get worn out,
And Stafford's paid for it.
and yeah, and Stafford gets hit. Stafford's getting hit since since um, since this year. He's already gotten hit 16 times. He's averaging 3.2 sacks on a game. That's a lot. That's too much.
I mean, listen, I'm going to say it this way. Maybe Stafford won't like it, but it's not his team, you know. But the red zone has been so pathetic that I'm willing to even have them bring in Stetson Bennett, so he can run in for the down, run some controlled plays for him.
That wouldn't be a bad idea because now you don't know if he's gonna run or he's.
I mean, like, what's the guy's name that was hurt today with the Saints? That quarterback / whatever he is. He does the jet sweep guy, whatever he does. I can't remember, but the Saints guy, he's a quarterback, but they used to use him. Payne used to use him like a running back.
Taysom Hill, the tight end.
Taysom Hill. Run some specialty plays with Stetson Bennett because we can't get in the damn red zone, man. We need to.
It's going back to play calling. I was watching the Chiefs Saints game. Andy Reid is running 4 tight ends out there. He's running big bodies out there on the smaller DBs, and I'm just thinking like, okay, I hope McVay's watching some of this and taking notes because, again, the Rams have always been undersized, and he wants to stick to 11 personnel. And guess what? You're gonna get bodied. You know, like you could only ask so much from your, the smaller receivers to try to,
Yeah. No, it's been frustrating, man, because these games, especially the Bears and the Packers game, one or both of them, we should have won, but it just sucks that we haven't had our full complement of players for one game yet. Not even one game.
Look,
so,
and I'll be honest. The Jonah Jackson, bad signing. Paid too much for him. The guy hasn't played. He played one game, was gone. He's just like Jonah Soft. So Colby Parkinson signing, bad. He's just,
Yeah.
He's playing scared. Like,
Why is it so hard for them to find a replacement tight end for? I mean, I see in college some guys that can fit our our team. I don't understand.
Hunter Henry from the Patriots. He's one of those guys that are a dog. My thing is they have way too many holes to fix, and if the reality is they think they're a championship team like caliber, they're not.
Oh, for sure. Right now, they're not. And when we get our guys back, it's going to take some games to get used to it.
The offense was supposed to score 30 points around there to win the games, but they're not. They're averaging less than 20. 18.5, I believe, around there. And the defense is giving up like 22, 24, so you're not going to win games like that. It's
like the Packer game. We were stymieing Jordan Love for most of that game, but because we couldn't score, so they just eventually broke down.
Here's some good stats. They were winning, and they were getting pressure when they were blitzing. Why did Shula stop blitzing? I don't know why. Like I said, keep doing it until it stops working.
Yeah,
That's how the Vikings won because they just blitz nonstop and he doesn't handle the pressure, you know?
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I almost even tweeted. We were up. What was it? Let's see. We were up 13 to what was it? 13-10, and
At the
I said,
halftime.
yeah. And we were driving, and I was going to tweet like, if we get a touchdown here, we could almost put it out of reach because they were struggling.
Which we were, and then that's when we got the fumble with Kyron Williams, you know?
And then a fumble, and then a pick,
The problem was
and then we're behind.
what the problem was they also let him come back and hit that big chunk play to the tight end, and
Oh,
that was it.
I
Had they
was like,
stopped him,
is that? I was like, is that Gronk out there? How you gonna let this a tight end get? We can't even get our tight ends to go 12 yards on a pass. This guy going 60 yards.
yeah, no. The
And
thing
then
is,
I bet you if you look at the film, I bet you Reader and Rosenboom are on the floor.
yeah, no, tripping over themselves. Those guys were tripping over themselves, dude. Like, I don't know if you guys seen the film, but
I did.
they're literally tripping over their own feet, and I'm like, these guys, please get them out. Throw me in there. I'm 6 foot.
That's why I'm saying, what do we lose with?
230 pounds.
What do we lose with not putting? Not that he's the answer, but what do we lose by not putting Spates in there for some experience to
You don't.
get him on
No.
film?
And
What do we
it's the same-
lose?
It's the same thing with Corum. Why did we have to wait till game 5 to see Blake Corum get
I wish-
snaps? And he looks explosive. So imagine him and Kyron eating off this run game. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Yep.
just like I said, it's McVay in his own head, not adjusting. The defense is young and struggling. Besides the front, they're getting it. The front's getting it, but also the DC is not putting them in the right positions to be successful.
And also too, it's kind of tough that McVay kind of messed. McVay kind of ruined it for Chris Shula because right before the season starts, you get rid of Ernest Jones, the green dot guy, the only real good linebacker we got.
Your only real veteran presence on the defense, like besides JJ3, which is he's out, but
and then you in the secondary. So your linebackers are Roseboom and Reader without Ernest Jones.
Reader was a backup when he was in the Chargers. He wasn't even starting, so like that tells you everything.
And then the secondary's beat up. So and Chris, I mean, like you said, I understand what you're saying about Chris Shula, but he's like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah,
Jacked up secondary. Linebackers are average at best.
Like,
man.
Can they probably change directions? It's gonna be really hard. The only thing that's actually helping them is that the NFC West
is weak.
Is in shambles right now. You got I think the Niners lost to the Cardinals. We beat the Niners. Cardinals beat us. We have yet to see Seattle versus anybody else. So a lot can happen, But but if we get another loss,
we cannot lose to the Raiders, man. We cannot lose to the Raiders.
We couldn't lose to the Bears. That happened.
I still can't get over losing to the Bears, man. They were almost giving that game. They were like, "Oh, we're going to lose anyway. Let's just go do this." And then
even the Niners losing on Sunday didn't make it any better.
It didn't make it any better.
Packers,
yeah.
But I will say this: if they drop another L to the Raiders, because it seems like it's a trend. The Rams always give teams that get right game, and the Raiders lost too, big time. They got blown out by Broncos. They're gonna come in trying to make a point with the Rams, saying, "Well, we still run LA, blah blah blah." So,
yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna say this: any game, any team can beat you, but I think we're gonna come out of the bye that first game against the Raiders and I think we're gonna mollywop them.
If 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 we lose, I think it's time to just honestly look to the future. And there's no shame in trying to build for the future, man. Like it's better to do it sooner than later. Like I'm like looking at players like Cup is 32.
That's tough, man. He keeps getting hurt. You can't trust every time he gets hit hard and silenced. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and he gets off.
How is he getting up?
Gets up slower, making 30 million.
Yeah. That's why I was like, you know what? Give the Bengals a call and get T. Higgins out of there.
They even have Stafford on a like a kind of like a deal where he's still signed to 2026, but if they want, they can get out of it.
Yeah, they can get out of it.
And that's why that to me is like, hey, they might move off from him. As we can tell, the league has moved on to mobile quarterbacks, and who knows?
Yeah, it's the next 5 games. If we win the first game, that'll help. But within the next 5 games, we'll know where the season's going to be, because we'll get some guys back and we can put some W's on the board, and hopefully the Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals will drop some games.
If the Rams
we'll see
can somehow sweep Seattle and beat the Niners again,
my feet hurt.
Go tell Nana.
Yeah, if the Rams can somehow sweep Seattle and beat the Niners again, that's going to be in our favor. And they just have to stack. The problem is Cup and everybody else, like the Avila and Jonah, they're scheduled to come back in November. That might be too late. That's still 4 weeks out.
Well, I mean, even without them, with just these weapons, I mean, just these weapons that makes the defense more honest, with Puka Nacua and Cup out there, will help big time, because that last drive against the Packers, when Whittington went to the locker room and he ended up coming out with the sling on his arm, we were basically down to Parkinson because they were watching Tutu. They
were double teaming him, so he was taken away. And when I saw him walking out, I said, never mind. They don't have nobody to throw the ball.
There's nobody. I was like, I was like, go put Kobe Durant out there. Tell me to get open.
I think the Rams need to make a push for a real wide receiver one. Like I know people really like Nacua, but I still see him like a really good number 2, because he's following the same trend Cup is. He's gonna get hurt, and in college he was getting hurt a lot. That's why he dropped in the draft the way he did. So if he can't stay healthy, we need like somebody, like a Jamar Chase, which who knows? Maybe Cincinnati doesn't want to pay him that much. They don't seem like they're the type that likes to play people. They might let him go. They didn't want to pay T. Higgins.
That's what I'm hoping, that they're going to have a fire sale. And that we can move in, and then then we can get an infusion of another guy to go with Puka, a young guy. But yeah, man, it's going to be tough. The next game, we got to win the Raider game. We should be able to win that game, but we said that about the Bears. But now we're going to get some guys back. We'll see what happens, man. We're limping to the bye.
yeah, because even Logan Bruss, PFF gave him a 0.
I saw that. I was like, is that a typo? But they came right in. They were just all over Stafford at times.
Yeah,
he
wasn't getting basic stunts. He wasn't getting enough time to make anything happen. Which I felt like, if that's the case, let's start doing the little dink and dunk. Pour him out there, and they didn't do that. It's McVay getting in his own head.
They were rushing the quarterback real good. I mean, just flip the ball out or a quick screen pass and block it well.
He wants, and the problem is, like, I get it. You're down by this much, and you're already down to the X amount of time, so you have to take the deep balls. Because if not, you're not. I really thought they were gonna come back and steal that one but he took that sack, and he had him
that sack. That was another thing. Stafford, he threw the pick. And then he threw us. He took us out of field goal range. You just got to get rid of the ball right at the receiver's feet or throw it out of bounds. over the receiver's head.
No, that was the other on that final drive. He
Oh,
took a sack
oh,
on
the
the
final
third
drive.
and
Yeah,
like was it like 3rd and 5? He took a sack,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then after that it was like 4-2 or 4-3, and I said, okay, that killed us, and we were, it doesn't matter if you hit a field goal or not. You're not.
And the first drive that we had, we didn't even get scored no points in the red zone at all. It's crazy that both Kyle Shanahan and McVay's teams are the worst in the red zone.
I don't know
That's
what the issue
crazy.
is with the Niners. They seem to be, everybody's getting healthy, got back. Their old line's looking, they're not missing anybody, but besides their right guards, but their backup is playing better than their starters. So, I don't know what's going on over there.
I think they have a lot of tread on them, and a lot of disappointment, and they're probably bored right now. They want to just get to the playoffs and rectify what they've lost, but that's not how it works. You have to get yourself in position again.
They're older, got a lot of tread on them. It's a long season still. They're 2-3 now. They're under 500. They still got to play tough teams too, like the Bills. They're gonna play Seattle on a short week. They just played on Sunday. That's not in
That's
their
gonna be
favor.
crazy.
So
they could lose to Seattle. They could get swept by the whole NFC West.
Yeah,
that'd be horrible.
We'll see, man. But as far as us, 1-4, not looking good. Bengals 1-4 too. I don't know what's going on over there. They're running the same scheme McVay does. That's probably why they're 1-4.
Just do what we do against McVay. The teams are saying.
But again, Minnesota's looking really good. We got to play them after the Raiders, and I'm just like, see, that's another tough game that they're gonna have to play against them. They did beat Darnold when he was playing with the Niners, so he doesn't like the pressure either. If they can blitz and bring the pressure on him, I think the Rams have a good chance of beating them.
I mean, we're due to get some. So we're due to have a game where everybody on both sides pitches in and we win the damn game. But we're just so banged up and guys are coming back slowly. So we'll see what happens.
Man, what do you think about the Dodgers? How do you think they're going to fare tomorrow? They need to win that game tomorrow too.
Hey guys, we got blown out the last game. We won the first game, and then Padres got what they wanted to split. We'll see what happens with them, man. Just our pitching staff is just so.
Pitching's not looking good, but hopefully they can. They need this win,
especially because it's the Padres. We cannot get eliminated by the Padres like a couple of years ago. Oh hell no.
Yeah, no, and then because if you lose this one tomorrow, I know you still have life, but that's gonna be kind of hard. You would have to win the next two back to back,
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, it's gonna be tough, but they got to do it, man. I'm not a big fan of Roberts, but he's got to figure out something, man. It just
I was surprised he was, as soon as the pitchers were struggling, he was pulling them out. Like, finally, Bjorn, but bullpen's kind of depleted right now, just like the Rams, depleted.
Yeah. All right, brother.
I hope they can turn it around, man. Hopefully,
man, listen. Like I told my guy Stockton, I go, relax. We're gonna be fine. We're speaking it into existence.
Yeah, man. So I'll catch you later, Rudy.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, brother. All right. Have a good night. Later. Thank you. There's my guy. SoCal. Hey, guys, stop. But yeah, the Rams just need enough excuses. We're hurt and we're missing this guy. Look at the Cowboys. They were missing Parsons and whoever they were missing, and they still won. We need to do what we need to do, man. All of a sudden, my mouse decided to stop working. Hold on. Rechargeable stuff. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We just need to get some damn W's on the board is what we need to do. Mm-hmm. Hold on, guys. I'm grabbing the damn cord. Hold on. Oh, Miss Gross.
Ew. Oh, that's so smile.
All right, here we go. Cord. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. Sorry, hold on. Hey guys, I'm on my show. All right, hold on. All right, hold on. I got the wrong cord. Dang it. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. My daughter came. Sorry. Hold on, guys. Jeez. All right. I just put it on screen tap. I'm sorry, guys. All right, John. John says, I hope the Rams never call the Browns. I don't want Mr. Lawsuit. ESG says Kansas City lost their fish wide receiver and they still find a way to win. It's crazy. John says our host is trying to retrieve his meatball sandwich from the dogs. So wireless stuff is always great unless you can't find the cord. But I forgot that my laptop has touch capabilities. So anyway, that's cool. Let's get into another clip. My daughter came from work and the girls are happy. All right, here we go. Kobe Turner.
There's Love. And the Rams get to him. Meanwhile, you do have a chance to see that Evan McPherson's going to be attempting slightly different. 2nd and 7. Love. That Pat Turner.
And this is why.
Kobe Turner. I was hoping for him to have a breakout game. That one was okay, but I wanted a little bit more. But I saw a picture on Twitter that they're doing what they did to Aaron Donald, as they're double and triple teaming him. And but here we go right here. Kobe Turner, 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 2 QB hits. Not a bad day's work for Kobe Turner. And then I want to wish a happy birthday for Tutu Atwell. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday to you. And here we go. Thou shalt not touch my quarterback. Pancho Villa Dotson. I love it. All right. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. Love each and one of you guys. Thank you, SG, for calling in. It was good. It was good. John Bomber says our host is trying. There, you got that one ready. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to charge my mouse. We'll see you guys on Wednesday or Thursday. I'll look for the alert. We're going to see if we can do some trivia this week and give away some prizes as we wait for the get through this bye. And I appreciate each one of you guys. Love each one of you guys. And as we always say, may the Remelia be with you. And Romulators, mount up. Let's see. Let's get a cool clip here. I forgot that my laptop has the touch capabilities. That's always nice. Let's see.